Hi guys, my name is Ariel Gibb. I am a resident in the class of 2027. Thanks so much for joining me today and taking some time out to learn more about the foundation. So my plan during this presentation is to give you a quick but complete overview of the foundation, and this is our agenda. So the foundation was established in 1981 as a charitable organization devoted to anesthesia research, education, and development. So the foundation serves as the philanthropic arm of the American Association of Nurse Anesthesiology, or the AANA as we know. So our core values as the foundation is knowledge, integrity, excellence, scientific inquiry, stewardship, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our mission is to advance the science of anesthesia through education and research. And as the philanthropic arm of the AANA, the foundation raises funds and invests in projects that directly support the nurse anesthesia profession. Our vision is to serve as a leading source for assuring safe anesthesia care through education and research. So you might be wondering, what is the difference between AANA and the AANA Foundation? So these are two separate entities. The AANA is governed by a board of directors. It's a 501c6 with tax-exempt purpose of promoting the common business of its member, and contributions to the AANA are not tax deductible. Whereas the AANA Foundation is governed by a board of trustees. It's a 501c3 charitable entity with strict rules on spending, with emphasis on programs, and we will go through those programs later. The AANA Foundation is the philanthropic arm of the AANA and funds nurse anesthesia education and research. Contributions to the foundation are tax deductible. So they have two respective separate governing bodies, and the two separate arms of the AANA are not fully listed here, but we have under the AANA, we have the foundation, and then we have the CRNA PAC, the Political Action Committee. So these two bodies serve the AANA, but the PAC is the individuals on Capitol Hill lobbying and taking the research that the AANA Foundation produces to be advocates for the profession. So this is a picture of the AANA Foundation Board of Trustees, along with the former CEO, Lorraine Jordan, who just retired this month and was replaced by John Yeager. But this board consists of volunteers, and they really help make the decisions at the foundation of where we're going with research and education, and also governing over the programs that I'm going to present later in the upcoming slides. So the research, education, and programs really would not be possible without them. So let's talk about the foundation's impact. So since the foundation's beginning in 1981, they have awarded more than $6 million to more than 4,700 individuals. And I really want to direct your attention to the pie chart that shows you the breakdown of scholarships. They give out a lot of scholarships each year, and it opens up mid-January and closes every March. Their health policy research is a big part of also what they donate their funds and efforts towards. That's research grants, their CRNA Scholar Program, poster presentations. So they have a really extensive history of awarding millions to support the future of the CRNA profession. Last year alone, they awarded $377,400 to the following program recipients listed on this slide: 100 scholarships, an educational grant, 78 poster presentations, 1 research grant, a student research grant, a CRNA Scholar Award, and 3 resident emergency educational scholarships. So now I'm talking about the awesome programs that the foundation sponsors. So the AANA Foundation's annual fund supports programs in education and research designed to help individuals, CRNAs, and residents enhance their professional growth. The foundation offers research grants, resident scholarships, state of the science poster presentations at annual Congress and ADCE, which I believe now is going to be called EDGE. The CRNA Scholar Program, Fellowship Program, research funding, and workforce study workshops. Program administrators, outstanding research, resident research rewards, leadership programs, the resident education. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. The Resident Emergency Educational Scholarship that we'll talk about later, and also health policy research that helps fund big research projects that prove that CRNAs are safe and cost-effective anesthesia providers. So these grants have quarterly deadlines. Some things are only open for a portion of the year, like our resident scholarships, but these listed on the slide are always open and you can submit your grants and they will be reviewed at these certain periods throughout the year. The dedicated grants include an office-based anesthesia grant, Veterans Affairs grant, the Arts Whirling Fund grant, which is focused on wellness, pain management, and peer assistance or substance use disorder. All right, resident scholarships. So this is a huge opportunity that the foundation offers every year. So the AANA Foundation offers more than 85 scholarships per year. The application is found on the website at aanafoundation.com and it opens up mid-January every year. The deadline date is March 1st. So if you're interested, you can go directly to the website and check that out. If you're interested in applying in the upcoming year. Many of them have specific criteria, like you have to be a nurse anesthesia resident, attending school in a specific state, and others are a lot more general and broad. So I highly encourage you to check that out when they reopen early next year. So the State of the Science poster sessions offer CRNAs and residents an opportunity to share their research in conjunction with the AANA national meetings like ADCE in the spring and then annual Congress in the fall. So it's an area of the conference where there are about 10 plus big TVs displaying residents and CRNAs projects, DNP projects, and residents are given a designated time to stand next to their project and basically be able to present or answer questions if anyone wants to talk to them specifically about their research. So this photo was at the annual Congress in San Diego this past year, which was super fun. And it was pretty cool to see the culminations of so many senior residents' DNP projects and get to see them present with a lot of pride. So those who are actively working towards your DNP project, if you're interested in sharing your research at ADCE, you'll apply between August and September 15th of this year. And for annual Congress, the application opens in March and is due May 1st. So I highly encourage you to apply and share your research. So the CRNA Scholar Program supports seasoned investigators in nurse anesthesia through clinical fellowships and postdoctoral fellowships. So this is a really an effort of promoting and supporting CRNAs who want to advance the CRNA profession through research. Featured here is CRNA scholar, who I really look up to, Bria Temmermund, and you all might know her as CRNA scientist with atomic anesthesia on Instagram. But she's someone whose footsteps are definitely worth following, and she's recently received this scholarship. So it's one of the foundation's goals to, again, train and grow researchers, and this program really makes it possible. So the program administers Outstanding Resident Awards. So our faculty can apply for this for any of the residents they'd like to recognize, and it's on the AANA Foundation website for them to access and nominate. So the Resident Emergency Educational Scholarship, or the REES program for short, supports residents during times of financial hardship or natural disaster. So if you or anyone you know is in dire straits due to an emergency, you can lead them to the scholarship and suggest that they apply. In order to apply for the REES or to donate towards the fund, you can visit the website at aanafoundation.com. So in addition to the funding they do for students and CRNAs, the foundation also has a broad research agenda that includes healthcare policy, the science of anesthesia, education, clinical practice, leadership, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. They work to provide for, support, and disseminate research that CRNAs are safe and cost-effective anesthesia providers. So on this slide, we see two powerful studies that were funded by the foundation and are used when lobbying in Washington. These two studies are titled No Harm Found When Nurse Anesthetists Work Without Supervision by Physicians and Cost-Effective Analysis of Anesthesia Providers. Listed here are the deadline dates for fiscal year 25. So as you can see, March 31st is the next deadline coming up. I highly encourage you all to apply for these opportunities as you are eligible for them. And you could always refer back to this slide if you want to check out when something else is due, but this information is also listed on the website. So in addition to funding, the AANA Foundation provides several awards. So first, the foundation assists with the fellows of the AANA, and AANA fellows are recognized as the most accomplished leaders in the profession of nurse anesthesia. The inaugural group was inducted in 2021, and this high distinction is applied for. So there's a review committee, and earning this designation is a major career achievement that opens doors for CRNAs as practitioners, educators, researchers, and advocates, and overall recognizes excellence in the nurse anesthesia profession. So the Foundation's awards are all open and they're all due April 1st, and they recognize CRNAs and residents in the areas of research, philanthropy, advocacy, and humanitarianism. So these are our current recipients. The John F. Gard Award recognizes CRNAs who have made significant contributions in the area of research, and this award was given to Dr. John O'Donnell as Researcher of the Year. The Rita L. Blank Award is presented to an individual who has gone beyond the call of duty as a supporter of the AANA Foundation and other philanthropic organizations. So the recipient this past year is Dr. Michelle Gonzalez, Philanthropist of the Year. So the Janice Drake CRNA Humanitarian Award is presented to a CRNA who volunteers and provides anesthesia, education, and training in areas of need in the United States and overseas. The winner of this award was presented to Dr. Bimpe Adenusi. The Lorraine M. Jordan Advocate of the Year Award is awarded to those who support the foundation through their advocacy efforts. The past recipient of this award is Brooklyn Castilla. So you can just overall, for any of these awards, you can nominate yourself for any of these. Or if there's a CRNA that you admire in one of these 4 areas, feel free to fill out an application. So the great work of the foundation would not be possible if it wasn't for the support of donations from many generous CRNAs and residents from across the country. So I'd like to share more information about the foundation's campaigns and giving opportunities, and basically how the foundation is able to give back so much. So the foundation's annual fund is referred to as the Proof is Power campaign, and funds from this are focused on supporting the programs that we mentioned earlier for CRNAs and residents, like grants, CRNA Scholar Programs, scholarships, workshops, awards, and poster presentations. This annual fund is named the way it is because research demonstrates beyond a doubt that proof is power. Research data and evidence are changing our practices and patient care for the better. So not all of us have the, the inclination to spend part or all of our time engaged in the research process, but we all have the opportunity and the responsibility to support these research efforts. Supporting the AANA Foundation is so important because the Foundation's work supports CRNAs both clinically and on a policy basis. So the Rise Above campaign, RISE being an acronym for Research in Safety and Effectiveness, raises funds for health policy research focused on large-scale research projects that prove that CRNAs are safe and cost-effective anesthesia providers. Last year, the foundation awarded funding for the following research studies listed on the slide that are currently underway still. CRNA's role in improving access to maternal care in urban, underserved, and rural communities, patient outcomes and safety with CRNA-provided anesthesia, a VA study regarding anesthesia outcomes, and a closed claims study. So Lorraine Jordan is the former CEO of 37 years for the AANA Foundation, and this fund was created to honor her and her passion for research. So all the donations to her fund go to the Rise Above Fund from the previous slide, which supports critical health policy research. So the Friends for Life group, consisting of CRNAs and non-CRNAs, they support the foundation at the highest level through cash gifts. The minimum cash gift to become a Friend for Life is $25,000. So Friends for Life often leave the AANA in their will, a bequest, or a portion of their insurance policy to go towards this. Friends for Life are recognized at annual Congress on stage, and there are hundreds of CRNAs who are Friends for Life and support the foundation in this way. Many people also create endowments as well to give a scholarship. And then finally, we have special designated funds. So if someone chooses not to give to a general fund like the annual fund or the Rise Above fund, donators can choose to donate to a specific scholarship, and those scholarships are listed on this slide. There are 2 fundraising events each year in conjunction with the ADCE and Annual Congress. So if you're looking to support the foundation, their big event at Annual Congress this fall is on August 10 from 7 to 11, and residents can purchase half-price tickets and after 9 p.m. tickets to this event. So this is a list of several ways that individuals can contribute to the AANA Foundation. And now on to our recognition. So foundation donors are recognized at the GEM levels listed in this slide. Donors are listed by GEM level in the AANA Foundation report and recognition booklet that I'll mention later. And on the AANA Foundation website, and GEM level ribbons are given to donors to wear on their name badge at the AANA Annual Congress. So at the bottom, any donation of $25 or more from residents is included in the annual report, and you're recognized for that donation at meetings, given a ribbon to wear through conferences. So if you're interested in contributing to the foundation and its efforts, this is a great first step for nurse anesthesia residents. So the Triple Crown is for any AANA member that gives $250 annually to the CRNA PAC and the foundation, and they wear the Triple Crown, which is another ribbon to wear at meetings and conferences, and just goes to show others the overall effort that this individual places into investing into these 3 entities to protect and advance the practice. The Gertrude Fife Society honors cumulative cash contributions of $10,000 or more for individuals and $50,000 or more for businesses and state associations. They are also awarded at Annual Congress. All right, and as we close this presentation, we can talk more about the annual report, and then ways to get in touch if you need to. So this is the annual report, as we've talked about, where the foundation's generous donors, CRNAs, non-CRNAs, and residents get acknowledged. These are ways you can keep up with the AANA Foundation if you would like. And then finally, the efforts of the foundation would not be possible without the foundation team. As I mentioned previously, the AANA Foundation almost entirely consists of volunteers, and these groups of volunteers listed on this slide dedicate their time and talent to the foundation's efforts. The AANA Foundation staff members are also willing and available to answer any questions that you may have, so please feel free to contact the foundation at the email address or phone number listed on this slide. This is my contact information. In case you might have any questions about the foundation from this presentation, please feel free to reach out and email me at any time. And in closing, there are 2 things the foundation would really like you to take away from this presentation: who we are and joining our mission. So the AANA Foundation is a separate philanthropic arm of the AANA that supports nurse anesthesia education and research through critically important high-level research, educational scholarships, grants, advocacy, and so much more. So we hope you can join us in supporting the future of our great profession. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. Again, please let me know if you have any questions.